Well, this is going to be great.
Welcome to the White House Pod with David A.R. White.
You know what I love? My guest right now has so many things that she has done, been in, like an incredible music artist, an incredible actress, an incredible producer, but more importantly, she is an amazing gift giver. This girl, lady, like wherever you go, you give gifts, Darcy.
There's a reason I do that, though.
I mean, amazing. Look at this. I have so many. I mean,
you got what? See?
I just got this amazing Bluetooth wireless speaker.
Take it anywhere with you and have a blast. Like
I
literally,
actually will, because like when I'm in hotels, I find myself going, man, I wish I had a speaker.
Yep.
And look at this. I got a speaker. By the way, if you're not tuning in to our YouTube, you could possibly do that wherever you're tuning in. Thanks so much. But right now, you can look at Darcy's incredible outfit first and foremost.
Match the curtains
She
here.
looks unbelievable.
Well, thank you.
And you could also see my Bluetooth speaker right there.
All right. Match the Bluetooth.
All right,
too.
I'm going to open the rest of these a little later. That's very sweet.
It was David's birthday, so I told him, I said, when I come in, I said, I have to bring them all to you. So
that's so sweet. All righty.
And he can use the bag for when he's traveling all over the world.
And I can use this too.
Yeah, and that's smart. Yeah, people don't know that. You know the toilet seats that you sit on.
Yeah.
You can use it. It's technically like rice paper.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You could use it to blot your face when you get.
Or like if you have an afternoon snack.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know about an afternoon snack, but I have all these little tips.
I mean, that's a tip I've never heard.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah. See, I mean, don't use it when you've sat on it, obviously, but
All right, we're gonna change topics here because
Tip of the day, everybody. Tip of the day.
Darcy Donavan is an American-born actress and recording artist with a German, Italian, and Brazilian ancestry. Born in Miami. I didn't know you were born in Miami and raised in Nashville, Tennessee.
Born in Miami, Florida.
Okay, how long were you in Miami before you went to Nashville?
2 years. Like I was a kid. I was a baby. So I don't even really remember it. But my dad was going to be going pro. Like he was an athlete.
Yeah.
So
in what sport?
Baseball.
Okay.
So he was going to be a professional shortstop and third base and for the Cubs.
Wow.
Yeah. So, my mom, they fell in love. She was the typical, she was all-American, beautiful lady. And then my dad was all-American football hero in his hometown and, made the papers and stuff. So they got together and I figured out the math. It was near his birthday. So I guess I was his Valentine's Day present.
All right, so are you? Wait a second. Are you an only child, or are there more amazing Donovans?
I'm the only child with my mother.
Okay.
I have 3 brothers with my dad. So, but I don't to me, they're my brothers. I've always been around boys, always around, guys and stuff. So in business and everything I do, I kind of always have that mentality of, I'm like the tomboy, but I always dress. You see me how I dress,
I know.
But I'm telling you.
You don't dress like a tomboy.
No, I don't. No. Well, I mean, when I was little, I would wear like outfits, like, frilly outfits and the little frilly shoes, and I'd be all blinged out, and then I'd be in the mud and playing with frogs and snakes, and then I'd get in trouble because, my mom's like, oh my God, you're all, dirty. So I still kind of do that. Like, I get dressed up and I'll go horseback riding. I don't know. It's just something. It's just the way I am. I'm like the bling. They call me the bling queen. I'm like a live disco ball.
Wait, okay, so hold on. So you're in Nashville, right?
Right.
And how long are we? You grow up in Nashville, so
there's it's like 45 minutes away where my grandparents. He was stationed. My grandfather was stationed in Kentucky.
Okay.
He was, in the Vietnam War and all that stuff, and he met my grandmother in Germany. Got stationed to Kentucky. Then, they kind of, raised my mom and everything there. So she's an Army brat. She was born in actually Germany, Frankfurt, Germany. Okay. So it was just one of those things where, my grandmother didn't understand anybody but my grandfather's accent. And so it's kind of like growing up with them. It was just, I don't know. My parents were so young, and my dad was kind of like, how do I explain it? He was a great dad and stuff, but, they were young, and out comes me, and, I was kind of like the
The life of the party?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I would get on front of the fireplace and dance around, and they kind of like put me in little wigs and stuff and dress me up. So I think it was just, when you're born an entertainer, you're not. Because, like, my middle brother, no, he's not like that at all. Like, but he is so smart. Like, he's like a scientist almost. Like, he's just brilliant. My older brother and I are very similar. And then the young baby, I mean, we call him, he's a party animal. He's like Fraggle Rock. He's just all over the place. So,
How many of them went into the entertainment industry?
None of them.
Your older brother didn't go, or your younger brother?
None of them.
Okay.
I mean, he's outgoing. Like, my brother is, my oldest brother, him and I are similar. I mean, like, I got vice president of my high school and, in middle school, and he was president. And I mean, he was just like, my brother Joe is just, I mean, he's the guy that everybody knows in school, the popular guy, the jock. But, everybody gets along with him. He's owns a company, and he does sales, and that's his thing. So
when you grow up, though, in Tennessee, are you a singer from, everybody else in Nashville?
See, that's the thing. It's kind of like in L.A. Everybody's an actor, and then everybody there was a singer, and I was just like, oh.
But you're a singer. I mean, you have an album that went platinum.
Yeah, I started.
And many others.
Yes, I started out actually in music. That was my first love.
Okay.
The first thing I did when I was
in high school, or
when I was like 7, 8. Like, I was, my dad was Baptist. He's a deacon.
Okay.
My mother is Catholic. That might be why they got divorced. I don't know. But I was raised in both. I was baptized in both places. So it's like I'm Batholic. That's what I tell people. I'm like a mixture of everything, So my dad is, he was.
I've never heard that before. Batholic. Did you make that up?
I made that up.
Yeah, I mean,
like
okay. So growing up in those two different, however I would say that. Faiths,
yeah.
kind of, but the same faith, but based in the same. I mean,
they just have different outlooks on certain things.
Yeah, how was that? I mean, like, you go to Catholic school and learn how to ask for forgiveness through a. Did you have a
priest? Yeah,
yeah,
is the whole thing. Yeah. And I mean, I did communion in second grade,
and then
I got baptized at my dad
regular church. Then
I don't think my mom didn't even know. Like, my dad. I mean, I went to Baptist. School, like they had the, in the summers, the kids get together and they have the summer Baptist camp and all that. So they baptized me and.
But how was that then going? Sorry to get off the track here, but how was that then going back to Catholic school then? And then, like, if you sinned or you felt guilty, then they have a whole other way of, like, you can't just go, "Hey, Lord, I'm so sorry."
It was very.
Me.
It was. I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of like
Signor
I look
Cristo.
Right.
How many things?
Well, but that was my mom's belief, so it's like I respected her for that. And then my dad was a Baptist, so it's like
you were a good child, right? You weren't a.
I was a really good child.
Yeah,
like
so you were really trying to just respect the views of your parents and
anybody else though, because
Yeah.
like I have people that work for me. I have somebody who's atheist, and then I have somebody who's Jewish, and I have somebody that's like Presbyterian. So I don't judge.
Right now, you mean?
Yes,
Yeah,
and I don't judge anybody for anything. I always just try to say, I'm a very spiritual person. I respect my mother's, being, Catholic, and I grew up doing the catechism. And then the other thing is, what is a sacrament? An outward sign instituted by Christ to give grace. That was ingrained in me, and I won't ever forget it. But I had the nuns, the whole bit. You acted up. You would kneel on a pencil. I mean, it was no joke. But I think what got me very far in the industry is my faith in God. I have a special relationship with him and the angels and Jesus.
How old were you when you moved to LA? Because we have not told people yet, but and I'm sure people know, but they don't know everything.
No,
is that Darcy Donavan was in Anchorman, Modern Family, Parks and Rec, Bone, 6 Feet Under. I mean, Entourage, like All My Children. Like, I mean, you've been on so many shows. How long after when you got to Los Angeles did it take to get into all these big shows?
Well,
obviously you came here. You were modeling
very,
too,
very
weren't
young.
you? Modeling?
Yeah, I was doing a lot of modeling.
Modeling, singing, and dancing?
And all of it. The thing that's kind of a long story to go into, but I was doing country music, country like rock.
Okay.
So I got signed by a record label. I was very excited. They actually had very huge.
How old are you at this point in time when you get signed as a record?
I was a
label?
teenager. I was a
Like
teenager.
14, 13?
Yeah, I was like 14, 15.
Young, okay.
So, but I mean, I looked a lot older. I mean,
Okay.
I literally, I could walk. I walked into clubs and people thought I was of age. They didn't card me. So the great thing is that came to my advantage because I was so young, but I looked older. So that was good. Which I mean, you know, makeup, hair. I mean, shoot, that's why I tell everybody, all my guy friends, check their ID. Don't take their word for it. Don't do that. But
Is age an important thing in relationships now?
if you, is going to jail. You know, it's like if somebody's under 18.
Oh, you mean like under age?
Yes.
I thought you were referring to like if you're dating somebody and it's like,
No.
oh, that person could be 41 versus 38.
No. I mean,
Or
you're not going to go to
32
jail
that
if
they-
somebody's 41. You know, but
Okay,
you're so
I
funny.
see what you're saying. So you're talking about all the bouncer buddies that you have. Who
Yeah.
are doing,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do you roll with a lot of bouncers? Is this your thing?
No, when I was a kid, yeah. I mean, that was the thing. Getting into a club when you're younger.
That is
true.
Okay, we're talking back then.
Yeah.
All right. So,
No,
but
now I'm very boring. I am so boring. I mean, people think
that's not exactly true. Darcy had a party
but
not that long ago.
yeah, Roger-
It was a big party.
Roger was amazing,
And you
and he
were
was amazing.
anything but boring there.
Well, I'm just saying.
And
that,
when you've even come to my parties at my house, you're never ever boring.
well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, I have a perfect like.
Dylan is no. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
Dylan is boring. Dylan is boring. Love you,
We love you too, Dylan.
But
Touche.
no, I mean when I go out, I have fun. But I mean, I'm just generally like I don't drink. Like
Yeah.
I'm not really a drinker. I don't.
Okay, wait. Okay,
I don't really do
We're going to
anything.
step back. Hold on.
Okay.
We're going into. So you come back. You come into Los Angeles.
Okay, coming
right?
to Los Angeles.
Now you're
It was because
you
of my
have
ex-boyfriend.
You
my
had a
ex-fiance.
singer. You're a singer at this time. You're
Yes.
modeling and
Yeah,
you-
we missed a step though.
What
we missed
step
a
did we-
step. Do you guys remember?
I bet we missed a lot of them.
Yeah,
for the
well,
record.
there's a lot of
This
steps.
is the White House pod that has a lot of steps missing.
You're so cute. So no, I was there. I got signed to a huge record label, and there was like a lot of big stars that were on this record label. So they kind of wanted to make me the Madonna of country. So I was very
that's interesting.
Yeah. So I was very excited. So now Shania Twain kind of at that time took that. When that didn't happen, but we ended up having a huge like I did. A record release party. You know, people came. That's when I got signed. So then we ended up having a huge like tornadoes that came through Tennessee, knocked down just everything on Music Row. It was a really horrible time. So then the record company, they had a parent company in New York, and so
Were
they
you touring at this point?
Yeah, I was touring.
A lot.
There was
Or
a
like
lot.
How many shows were you doing?
I was
a year?
doing a lot of shows. Like
Okay.
there was.
Were you the main? Were you the main?
I would open up.
You would open.
Yes.
For
like,
whatever.
like there was
For country stars?
Toby Keith, Shelley Wright. So I was basically, they're like, okay, we're going to use Darcy to get our label. The president saw something and he's like, hey, she's going to get us out. We can make her the Madonna of country. So I was excited. So we're all celebrating. My manager at that time, we're on Music Row, we're eating out. I mean, we're like, yay! And then I'll never forget it. I was in my apartment in Nashville. I'm sitting there eating some food, and then it was all over the news. It was like, there's been hit, Music Row is gone, blah, blah, blah. Right
was
after,
this?
in Tennessee.
Yeah.
It was all over the news, and I was so distraught. I was like, oh, God, Music Row. Well, then I ended up finding out on the news, like, it wiped out several big companies, like big music companies and stuff. So on top of that, I was just like, wow, I hope everything's going to be okay. Well, my music manager called and he says, listen, Darcy, he goes, I've got some bad news. I'm like, oh God, I hope they didn't get wiped out. And he was like, the New York office is shutting the Nashville office. And all of the people, I mean, even all the other like really famous country stars were gone, like done, like had no place to go. So they had to, at that time
this is your movement into Los Angeles.
Well, no. So then after that, I was just like this, I kind of put my eggs in you know,
A basket?
and I wasn't really thinking about, like, I beat out a bunch of kids when I was younger for a commercial, and the guy that was the kid that was basically playing my brother in the commercial, he kept messing his lines up, and so I memorized his lines and my lines, and so you know, and I'm like 9 years old, 10 years old, and at that time I'm just like, okay, I'm done with this. Bread, butter, tender vittles. We don't have a cat, but I know. But tender vittles have a special offer, which just couldn't refuse. But we don't have a cat. You buy 6 boxes and get 3 free. We have a cat. I mean, I was just like, come on, dude, it's not that hard. So I still remember the commercial.
Roger, did you get that?
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. At that time, I was like, oh, God, I don't, you know, this acting thing and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. So, but people.
Hold on. So how long was it to get to here?
Yeah. Okay.
Because you're not 9 years old doing Anchorman.
I'm not 9 years old, but I'm leading up to that.
Well, we only have so much time, Darcy.
Yeah. So, it's okay. So then I basically, I won a pageant. I was big in pageants. So I won Miss Nashville, Tennessee. So that kind of was the catalyst because, you know, I did drama in school. I did plays.
Wow.
I did all kinds of stuff. And everybody kept saying, you're a natural born actress. You got to do, you know, and it's just, I think.
Did you meet Roger Neal? He was doing the whole pageantry. For the Miss USA or Miss America?
Miss Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
So I was doing that. So I won that. I was very excited. And you know, they give you prizes. You get money. There's all these things that you get. So I sat there and I won for a famous, his name is Alan Dicer, but he's been like in a ton of he was on All My Children for many years and been in movies and stuff. So I got to go to him. So it was like this famous acting coach from LA.
You can take these things off.
Oh, I can?
Take them off.
So then, that's good because I was like,
you're not going to be able to hear your great voice, but I can, and that's why I'm wearing them.
So,
but you have a hat on, so anyway, somebody should have told Darcy that. Roger.
So sorry.
No worries.
This is much, now you feel free.
So then, okay, where were we? Where were we now?
Okay, you're about to get to Los Angeles.
Yeah. Well, you went backwards, so it's a long story. I should have just started with Alan Dicer. So the coach. So I went to him.
Star Search, you win Star Search, but Nashville, and you come to Los Angeles.
Well, okay, hold on. You're not letting me get there.
Oh my gosh.
We got to start over.
There's so much here to go. I got to get you to Los Angeles here.
Yeah. So basically, I go to him. He had me on camera. He goes, "Oh my God, you know,
you're stunning. You're beautiful.
Well, no,
you're
he
talented.
said my acting. He went on and on about the acting, and he heard.
There's that too.
Well, I gave him my CD, and he said, "Listen, you got a great voice. I love this." He goes, "But acting, you need to go to LA." And I'm like, "What?" And I've never been to LA, so I'm like sitting here going, "Really? Okay." So I went home. At that time, I was living with my boyfriend, who was my fiance, and he looked at it and he goes. I said, listen, I want you to look at this tape. And he has his buddies with him. They're watching a football game. And I'm like, he's probably going to say this sucks. I don't know what to think. So I said, give me your honest opinion. Tell me the truth.
Because that matters.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you want an honest opinion if you suck or not.
From your boyfriend?
So,
okay.
Yeah. But
sure.
no, he would tell me. He was that type of guy. So he watched it. And he goes, Darcy, he goes, we need to go to LA.
Oh.
And
okay.
I go, really?
I retract my statement.
He had a buddy that had a job there that was like his best friend that moved to LA, and they were like inseparable. So we we went there, and we fell in love with it. And then I immediately started auditioning, Did
you break up with your boyfriend right away?
No, he was with me. He was with me the whole time. And it was like I ended up getting on a soap. I ended up getting on Passions. So I got on Passions. Then from there, it was like I was getting, bit parts in different shows and television things. And then
But it was pretty easy for you.
It was easy. Yeah. It was very strange because I had a girl because I didn't know about SAG and all that. I had to learn the ropes. And she was like, "Oh, you're gonna make it big." And I'm like, "Why?" She goes, "Because you don't care." And I was like, really? She goes, no, you just got like this laid back attitude. And like everybody was like, oh, you got to get a SAG voucher. Oh, you got to do this. Oh, you got to, it was like do or die. And I'm looking at everybody like, what's going on? I had no clue. Yeah. So I was just kind of, I had people come up to me and say, hey, I'd like to be your manager. You're, this and that. And of course I had to, part the ways and then find my way to people that are good and this and that. And that's where the faith comes in. But, it was a stepping stone. And then I've got a great acting manager. His name's Richard. And Richard was like, Darcy, there was a movie that came out. He goes, you'll be the lead in it. He said, but it's not going to, he goes, and it was a remake of an old show back in I think in the 70s. And he's like, you'll get a lead. He goes, but it's not going to be as big as this one's called Anchorman. And he says, it's going to be a small role. He goes, but it'll be a memorable role. And then, the rest is history. I was in there. There was like
what scene,
a lot of women there.
Yeah, were you with Will?
Paul and Paul Rudd
yeah.
and Will Ferrell.
Okay.
So.
Did they know at the time, because we just watched Anchorman 2 or 3 recently.
The last one?
Yeah, I forget what it was.
I'm not crazy
3,
about
maybe?
the last one. Don't hate me, Adam, for saying that.
Yeah, but how did they, when they were dressed, you're on set in the 70s, basically, was there that buzz about it? Because it's so funny.
Well, okay, here's I have the actual script, but they'll have us do it one way, the script, but the thing I love about the director, Adam McKay, is he kind of lets you play. And pretty much the whole entire movie is improv. It's pretty much improv. So the scene that I did, improved, and then they used it. And so, that's what was kind of interesting. We had, and I liked it. It was a lot of fun. Christina Applegate didn't like it though. She likes by the book. And Adam came up to me. And
then you got all those comedians doing just all kinds of everything going on. It's got to be very hard for the actor to say, "Hey, Christina," or saying, "Hey, could you please just where is even my cue? I don't even know where my cue is."
Yeah, and there was a movie that I went up for, and I had Vincent. What's his? Vincent talks really fast.
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn. Yes. So I was in there with Vince Vaughn, and that happened to me. I just was like, he talks about. He really does that in real life. He talks, and then I was like, where the heck, where do I come in? So I've been down that road of, so everything's been a stepping stone and a learning curve, and you learn. You're on set, You've done. David's done. His resume is amazing and huge, and he's like Mr. Action Star, little Mr. like Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt. It's so great.
All right, so I appreciate that.
All right.
No, I'll take it. I'll take it. That's very nice. No, thank you very much. Okay, so at what point in time do we release a single? It says a recent single. It's My Life charted in the top 100 dance Billboard charts.
Yes.
4 countries. Are we still touring today?
No. That's all taking a back burner because my acting career kind of is like take full precedence. And I tell people in business, you have to go where, as much as I love my music career, you have to go where, where's the business coming from? Where's all the stuff? It's the acting, because.
Are you still recording right now, or have you
I've
taken
actually,
a break from it?
Right. No, I've got a song that I recorded. And I don't know if we're going to get to the NFT project, but I know that. Yeah. But the thing is that I'm doing a film, which I'm going to have my music in there, so it's going to save on the budget too. So it's a great thing because. I would say, I don't like to say,
Can people get your stuff on iTunes right now?
Oh, yeah.
Under Darcy Donavan? Or
yes.
Okay.
Yes. And it's kind of like, it's like Jennifer Lopez. She does music, she does acting, she's got businesses. I'm the same way.
Oh, I thought you were saying you look like Jennifer Lopez.
No, I don't look like Jennifer Lopez. I wish.
She's the blonde version.
I wish.
The blonde non-Latin version of Jennifer Lopez.
I get, you know what I get? I get a lot of people saying I'm the new Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll take that.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Oh, Dolly's so wonderful.
And hey, listen, I think
we just had Stella, her sister, in our movie, in the Nothing's Impossible movie. Stella Parton.
I think I met her. Did I meet her?
Probably.
No?
She was at our premiere.
I heard that.
Yeah,
I heard that.
She's great. Anyway,
they're all. That's the thing. It's that Southern hospitality. That's kind of. I want to bring that to Hollywood. I want to bring that.
You do. You do it very, very well.
Well, Thank you. I appreciate it.
I
mean,
appreciate
sometimes
you.
it's hard. I mean, us Southern women, though, we don't take any crap. I mean, I think my assistant Becca has seen me a couple times, like, go, okay, now I'm going to take this and hit you over the head. You're being rude. You have to do it in a nice way.
All right. So tell me about, you have been in cryptocurrency, NFTs, the whole metaverse for quite a while, right? I mean, like how many years have we been doing this?
6, it's going on 6.5.
Okay, and you're not just like playing around in it.
Oh,
like you're the queen of, like you're the face of this in a lot of places.
The hashtag is crypto queen. I mean, I'm known in the space because I'm bringing a lot of technology. I'm also a co-owner of Metaverse, so I'm bringing business and I'm bringing that to Hollywood because things are evolving. And, we got to think about the internet, in 1992, how the internet, people thought that was so terrible. Oh, the internet. Oh, it's of the devil. It's terrible. And then it's like, the world's going to end. Y2K. Do you remember that?
Yep.
My neighbors had like lines of.
Well, where is it now? Where's cryptocurrency now? Because obviously, a lot of people took a bath recently, right?
Yeah. But it's with anything. It's like with the real estate market. And that's what I tell people, but I'm setting up things with my NFT line to where it's a business. It's not just like some meme token where it's like, hey, it's like it's a digital asset on the internet to where there's no, I'll just say it, so people that don't understand it, in real life utilities, that's what they call them, that's connected to it. Okay. So, kind of like when you get an e-ticket, that gets you into, Warner Brothers or a movie ticket. It's like, these NFTs have, you'll get a role in a movie. You'll get, you can get your dog in a movie. You get, we're also working with blockchain lawyers to where it's like they'll receive part, like residuals, like actors get residuals. Yeah. So holders will get residuals off what the movie makes. So
how to the common person like myself,
I know you and you're like, I don't get it.
Well, exactly. I still don't really understand cryptocurrency.
Well, okay.
I've seen it on the app. I've played around with it a little bit.
Okay, so how
do you tell an average person?
I'm gonna give you the basics of it.
What's the overview?
Well, the overview is, okay, do you remember this, like when you're want a chicken I'll give you a chicken for some shoes. Right. That's how it started. Then it started to gold. Gold's too heavy.
Sure.
Then it started to paper money. Okay, then we moved into credit cards.
Yep.
So credit cards weren't around for a long time. Weren't around. So now the only way to go is digital. That's where everything is going. So with a bank, a bank can get hacked. You also get charges. And two, it's like you have to wait. Like if, let's say Roger's in another country, and you want to give him, you want to send him.
It's a hard time for all of us.
Roger's in another country. Yeah, exactly. So he, but you need to send him some money, or he needs to send you some money. So it's like vice versa.
I do need to send some money to Roger.
Well, think about it. It's like how long that would take, especially if it's a big sum.
Sure.
So it's instantaneous with crypto to where
Well, that's what's scary about it. Is that?
Well, no, it's not really scary.
It's not. Okay.
I don't know, because the thing is you have like when they call it blockchains, you got technology to where there's like thousands of computers to where you have you have a bank and it can get hacked to where it's
is it
you can't
insured by the Federal Reserve, FICA?
They're working on certain things with that.
Okay.
That's why they're kind of calling it the Wild Wild West in some ways, but it was the Wild Wild West with the internet. People don't realize. I mean, you used to have to call up and you go 1-800. You call up, you talk to an operator. Okay, can I have your credit card? Then you give them the credit card. You couldn't even digitally put it in.
Right.
And then they'd send you your package. So now, you can do that, or you can scan it. You can scan. So that wasn't around. It's the same thing with cell phones. So, everything is evolving. And, I was just like, this is the perfect opportunity to bring Hollywood to, Web3.
This is like the first movie ever done, right? In the metaverse?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so, we're pioneering that. And, I've got a lot of media and press coverage on that.
Is the script done already?
We have the script. It's got tweaks and stuff, but we've got that.
Did you write it, or who wrote it?
Actually, Rebecca and I, we were just talking about something. I came up with a concept.
Yeah. Is it a comedy, drama, action?
It's a rom-com.
Rom-com.
Yes, because a lot of people go, oh, it's Star Dogs. Is it about dogs and this and that? I said, no, it's not about dogs. I was like, each NFT line is going to be attached to a movie, but I'm trying to bring back movies like that are classics. Like I want to bring back not copy them, but like Weird Science, Throw Mama from a Train. I'm a big, huge John Hughes fan. I think he's amazing. Yeah. I mean,
Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck, John Candy stuff. Splash was great. It's something where you can bring like your whole family.
Okay, how do we watch this once it's on? Like, how do you release this in the metaverse?
Well, we're working on that. Like, we're getting our you put it on your Oculus. I mean, with our metaverse.
Does everybody have an Oculus?
No, not everybody.
What is an Oculus?
You don't know what Oculus is?
For our listeners, of course, because I totally know what an Oculus is.
It's like it's like a headset, and you put it on, and then you can actually. It's insane. I put my mom. I thought, oh my God, what is my mom going to think? I put it on her. She didn't want to come
like VR,
out,
right?
Yeah. But it's very trippy because then it's like you're going through. When you come back in real life.
People, how long can you live in there?
I mean, as long as you want, unless you have to go to the bathroom, then you take it off to go to. Yeah, I mean, I ended up breaking my pinky because I was doing I got so into boxing were
you a heavyweight or a
no, I hit my chair.
Or what were you doing?
No, I had the Oculus on.
Yeah, but why were you boxing?
Because I was doing. They had a Rocky one on there.
Oh, got it.
So I was like fighting this guy, and I was like really into it, and the crowd's there, and you're like really think you're in a real stadium,
right?
And then I ended up hitting my chair in my living room. Broke my pinky. So you have to be careful, but I mean,
is that part of the movie?
Yeah, there's a lot of funny stuff in there. It's definitely a comedy, but it's a rom-com, and it's on the vein of because I was telling the director, don't tell anybody, this is great, don't tell anybody. I'm like, okay. So, but I got I was like, okay, I got it. I've got to tell you, it's really going to be great for guys. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be a really funny show for men.
Well, there you go. Do we have a name?
Yeah.
What's the name? We can't say the name of the movie. Got it. At some point in time, the name will come out.
The name will come out,
when you start promoting it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, by the way, how do you? That's always a question. Like when we're shooting a movie, right? And people want to put it on their socials and all that stuff. And the names are always changing because not always, but sometimes you say there's a name, and then there's you get into the marketing aspect of it, and then it changes.
Oh yeah, you know all about that.
You're switching names on
absolutely.
people.
And I mean, things do change. Even the people that we're talking to, we've got like our three really great people that we're talking to, but you never know. It's
Should people everybody who's not invested in crypto, how do you encourage somebody to, should they do that, or should they come
Absolutely.
But how? What in what vein should they invest in? I mean, I know you can't really say.
I mean, I'm not a financial advisor, so I always have to say that. But okay,
like pick one thing, or is it like the stock market where you can invest in
you want to
diversify
with anything. You want to diversify. I mean, I'm a co-owner of a metaverse. I mean, there's a token that I've invested in. There's companies that like.
Do you do
Bitcoin.
This every day? Do you trade every day?
No.
You're not a trader.
I'm not a trader.
Okay.
That's not my thing. But there are people that's what they do every day.
I know a buddy of mine does that all the time.
And that's not my thing. I mean, I'm making it a business, and so other people are like, okay, I love the way Darcy's doing this, but we're still again pioneering the space.
Are your business, your brand, is it public? I've
trademarked everything.
No, but I mean, can anybody buy into it?
Yeah, but it has a limit. We have 10,277 NFTs. Once that's done, that's it.
Now, where do people go to get this?
Star Dogs, STA, and it's dogs, DAWGS.com. Yeah.
Star Dogs.
Star Dogs.
And how do they find it? At Star Dogs, or is it
just go .com. Just go and check it out. And
all right, Darcy, you are like a queen of social guru. I have to segue over here because you're such a social guru. Your numbers are extraordinary. You're in the millions on your Facebook, on your Instagram. I haven't looked at your Twitter, but I would imagine so. and or you're, I don't know, I don't even know what you're all into.
And just a side note, that's where you want to go. If you want to know about crypto, go to Twitter. Twitter is where they have space. Yeah, I was in a space with Elon Musk. We were talking to him about, the Twitter space and about, crypto technology.
His new AI girlfriend that that you can have.
And I got to tell you, that's a big thing too. There's a company that, wants to partner up with me about AI. And what's funny is Brad Pitt's company, he was like, yeah, Brad Pitt wanted to invest, but we don't want to go with him because he doesn't understand the technology that Darcy, but you understand. And I was like, hey, that's fine. I'll take that all day long. And,
hilarious.
I see Brad, I'll be like, yeah, I got your company for, no, I wouldn't say that. I'll tell you.
Okay, so social media though. So getting back,
social media.
Have you always been a guru in social media?
No, it just kind of it was just crazy. It was like one of those things. There was a commercial where you see it's like the numbers just kept going up. It was weird.
And what was your
inspiration?
Was Facebook your
Facebook
original?
Was the original, yeah.
That climbed through the roof because you're like at 3, 4, 5 million.
Yeah, it actually started on MySpace. It's funny because
you were on MySpace.
I was on MySpace.
Oh wow!
And I had a huge following on MySpace. And then I was talking to my baby? I think it was my baby brother, and he's like, "Facebook's the next thing." I was like, "No, it's not. MySpace is better." And then him and I got into an argument about it. And then now I ate dirt, so we call it ate dirt in the house. So I ate dirt because Facebook became huge. So Jake, yes, you were right. So I ended up, it's just I started putting stuff up, inspirational stuff, and helping people, and next thing you know, boom, boom, boom.
And how many times a day do you post?
A lot, like 3-4 times a day.
On Facebook, or are we talking about a different?
On Facebook, on Instagram every couple of days, and then on Twitter every single day.
Now, are you a story person on the Instagram? Do you do, or Facebook? Do you do
I do stories. I don't do as much.
Or whatever?
I don't do as much as I could. I mean, I'll be honest. Because of everything I've been dealing with the Web3 stuff. It's sometimes I'm not as great as getting on, hey everybody, what's going on?
Well,
so
you seem like you do it very well though, and you go live a lot.
I think you do it more than me. I see your stories all the time.
I don't know.
I was like,
I don't have Rebecca over here filming this whole thing right here. Roger Neal is not holding my phone or
you will give
multiple phones. Record. You know what, Rebecca? Are you busy right now? Could I give you
He's trying to take
phone?
it with me. No,
can you hold 3 phones?
We can send it to him, right?
Oh my gosh.
She would do it too. She's that talented.
Yeah.
She'll try it.
All right. So how in the world? Okay, but you really are a guru in the fact of guru. That's a funny word. But you really are. You've gone in so many directions. How do you encourage young people who are wanting to be an actor or a singer or whatever, even a content creator? Like what are the wise words from somebody who's done so much in her career? Well, the one thing that
I've talked to countless people. It's learning. You constantly need to be learning, but you stick with something that you love. To me, it's like. When people, I always get in the press, they always ask me, hey, do you love music or acting better? I'm like, if you have twins, if you have kids, you have kids, so who's better? If somebody said you can only pick one kid, could you do that?
Well, I can pick a lot of things, not my children.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
No, but I wouldn't necessarily say, I wouldn't necessarily put my career.
But that's the thing. I don't have kids. So
next to my children.
My career is my baby. So that's the thing. So because
but I directed 6 films in the course of my life so far, and I have zero interest in directing another one.
Yeah, but think
I'm able to sacrifice that kid.
Yeah, well,
I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? But are they all equally important to you? I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. So
again, not children. We're talking about your...
they're both very important to me. It's just the...
Singing and acting.
Yes. It's just the acting has
What
been
about
more...
writing? Because I want to see this book. Slide this book over here, will you?
Oh, yeah, the book.
Yeah.
So that's been my baby.
Look at this. Darcy's Daily Dose of Inspiration. Page-by-page guide to a better life. I'm signing up for this. Live your life for you.
We should do today's. We should do today's.
We should do today's.
We should look at
But I'm going to do this one since it's open.
Oh, okay.
Is Benjamin Franklin had a good quote. Either write something worth reading or do something worth writing.
That's
So
a good
that's
one
pretty-
for today. That's kind of like right on.
I mean,
with what we were talking about.
Yeah, and then you say Darcy's daily, huh?
Yeah, but what's the theme for the day? Live your
life for you.
There you go.
Yeah, I love this.
And it's just honestly, it came from the fans that I have, because I would put up inspirational stuff and they go, Darcy, please do that.
How does somebody get this book so they can put it on their coffee table and read
Amazon,
it every day?
it's on it's on Barnes and Noble everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Okay.
But I've got to say something. That was a labor of love, because I had several fans that I saved from suicide. So they would message me and they're like, Darcy, I want to end my life, this and that, and I'm like, you know what, I would talk about God. And I would say, listen, I've been through some stuff, and you know what? There's always going to be better days. So, there's always the storm before the rainbow. That's my big thing.
That's so good.
So,
actress, recording artist, CEO, entrepreneur, shares her secrets to happiness.
And I'm a juggler too, folks. Not really.
She's a
Not
juggler.
Really.
I
No,
like
I'm
this
not.
one. What about
I'm
this
not.
one? Opportunities don't just happen, you create them.
That's true. See? But
I mean, there's so many wonderful quotes in here.
But it's a day by
Yeah,
day.
it's a daily thing
Yeah,
too. It's
so-
like, and you even put the days in here. So
Yeah.
if you miss a few, it's okay to.
I tell
come back.
people to even write on it. I'm like, write little things that happen with
Yeah.
your friends. But,
Yeah,
and then
for
at
the
the very
day.
bottom, it has
your daily.
the dose, but it tells you what to do. Like,
Today, I want to really start living my life.
There you
I want
go.
to go out, take chances, fall in love, get to know someone random.
There you go.
I like that. Well, Darcy Donavan, it has been a pleasure to have you here.
Well,
Thank
as
you so
always,
much.
David, I love you. I
Likewise.
think you're amazing, and so thank you for having me. And I'm excited about your podcast. You're doing
Well,
fantastic.
Thank you, darling. All right, guys. Darcy Donavan. What there's we need another 9 hours to discuss Darcy
I know. I
Donavan.
feel like I was
It's,
like, we went off. I'm thinking we should talk about
You
my
always-
doctor exams and all that
Well,
stuff.
maybe not the doctor exams, but all right, guys.
joking, I'm
the
joking.
White House Pod each week is on
Joking.
Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and right here. If you'd like to see our beautiful, well, not mine, but her beautiful face and amazing outfit, come on over to YouTube and watch us anywhere podcasts are available. You guys are the best.
David's the man.
Make it a great day, and pick up a good book. Because the purpose of life is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for newer and richer experience. Thank you, Eleanor Roosevelt, for being here. Oh, no, she was not here. This was Darcy Donavan, but that is an
It's
Eleanor
quote
Roosevelt
in the book. It's a quote in the book.
All right, guys, make it a great day. God bless you guys.